Oh, it's live. It's live.
Okay.
Right. Check it on the thing.
Check it. Yep.
I just got the alert.
Good.
All right, brothers. Shalom. First of all, we're going to give all praises due to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Hakwadash.
double honor to the elect apostles, bishops, elders at Great Millstone and rule well. Shalom to like Akel Gary, who's first sincerity and truth, and not for vain glory in season, out of season. Yeah, so me and the elder, we did a show earlier, basically on all these mass shootings that's going on here in America, and how we believe, okay, that it's an agenda by the international Jewish bankers, which is the wicked elite of this world that we live in, okay, that they have an agenda, you know what I'm saying? And their main agenda is to bring out the R5D chip, which is the mark of the beast, according to Revelation 13 chapter in the 6th verse. And, the elder wanted to bring out an article, okay? He would bring out something, information, okay? So he's just going to bring out the information, because this is the signs of the times that we're living in. And, the wicked elite, okay, which are the international Jewish banking families, you can call them the Illuminati, they go by many names, okay, the Rothschilds and so forth, we even got the Black Pope, which is the true power behind it, the Pope, okay, not that he's a so-called black man, but he's the true religious power behind it, and they have an agenda too, which they've been doing since jump. You know what I'm saying? When they forced the 12 tribes of Israel to bow down to that image, okay, of Caesar Borgias, which is the image that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and even so-called white people bow down to. They call him Jesus, okay, Jesus Christ, all right, but we know that's not the true image, but so-called white man has his structure that he set up, okay, he has his military power, which is America, he has his religious power, his spiritual power on the left-hand side, which is the Pope, okay? And then he has his financial power, which is in England, which is the Rothschilds, okay? All right? And that's the structure which goes back into the ancient pagan Roman Empire, because that's what America is. America is the ancient pagan Roman Empire reborn. So go ahead, brother.
Got you.
Yeah,
back here.
Bring it out.
This is all Daniel 7:7. It says, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible.
Yeah, that fourth beast is referring to the ancient pagan Roman Empire. Okay? It's dreadful and terrible. Okay? Why was he dreadful and terrible? Okay, go ahead.
Yep. And it says, and strong exceedingly.
Right, and he was strong exceedingly. What made this fourth beast strong exceedingly? His military.
Right.
Okay? His military might. Rome was known for their military. Okay? All right? Go ahead.
Yes. And it says, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Yeah. Rome had garrisons all over that part of the world at that particular time. They had garrisons in Europe, they had garrisons in so-called Africa. Okay? They had garrisons in the Middle East. So Rome spread its power all over that particular earth at the time, because nobody was over here. Rome wasn't over on this side of the Western Hemisphere at that particular time. Okay, but Rome was over there at that particular time. All right, and that was the known world at one time. Okay, over there in the Middle East and Europe and so forth. But they had a great army, man. You know what I'm saying? That was their power. You know, all right, because even when a Roman would marry a Roman woman, what he would give her, not like how they give you like a diamond today, or back then, they would give you a pearl. But with the Romans, that they gave their wife an iron ring. Okay, so that just goes to show you that America is in the same stead as the Roman Empire. Yeah, go ahead.
And that ring goes back to selling there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got these niggas out here getting on one knee, squatting, whatever the fuck you do. All right, you get baby, I want to marry you, and all that shit. You actually giving commemoration to selling there, man. All right, that's why they worship Saturn, because the planet Saturn has what on it?
Rings.
Ring on it, man. All right, it's the same shit going on. You know, from old time. Ain't nothing changed. You know, like I always bring up, because we don't see people in Roman togas and reefs around their head, doesn't mean we're not in the Roman Empire. Same thing applies. The spirit, but the scripture said they uphold the spirit of these ancient empires, ancient places, man. You got that point.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, great iron teeth, man, because of their Rome. Why? Because of their military. You know, and that's what Rome was known for. Okay, they got great because of their military power. Now they had other things like they had their like what was the saying? All roads lead to Rome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they had their infrastructure. Okay, but they didn't get the world by their infrastructure. They got the world by their military power.
Dominating everything.
Right, exactly. Just like America. Yep. America was the police of the earth. You know? Go ahead.
Last little bit it says, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns.
Exactly. It was diverse from all the beasts before it. Why? Because Rome didn't do things like the other kingdoms that were before them, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, like me and the elder was reading earlier in the Apocrypha how, you know, they elected their leaders. Now, when you go to the other nations before them, it was a king and it was a prince.
Mm-hmm.
But Rome didn't do that. You know?
See, another thing Rome was doing, when Rome was taking down those other kingdoms, they were getting their weapons and making them pay tributaries to their whole infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So by them being diverse means Rome had a Senate. So they can pass these laws just as America does. Okay, where they can enforce these things. Ain't nothing you can do about it. America's doing that same thing right now, which is leading to the whole title of the video, to where they come in and get your guns and pass laws to where you can't do nothing about it.
Hey, if I might say, one more thing that the Romans did. All right, you also call it the Romano-Greco Empire because it really started with the Greeks. When they said they were more diverse than the others, the Edomite power structure came in with the Greeks. And what they did that the other kingdoms that ruled the earth didn't do before them, they Hellenized you, they Westernized you. They made you put away your customs and culture and become profane like them. All right? You had to think like them. Your culture had to submit under, cultural hegemony.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The other kingdoms didn't do that. The Babylonians, the Persians, they just taxed you, made you pay draft, and you could keep your customs. That's why you had synagogues everywhere the Israelites went. You see, but the Greeks, they shut that down. The Romans, they eventually let them do it, but it was all about getting your mind after they used their military might to overtake you.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's why when them Jews, man, they was pulling down on Roman statues and all that stuff, man. The Roman military would come in to restore order, man. You know, exactly. But go ahead,
Yeah, this is to back up what the elder was saying about the military. start up a little bit. This is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." It says, "Their poison is like the poison of a serpent; they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken unto the voice of torment ever so wisely." Now, this is the point right here. Verse 6. "Break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord." Which we know the teeth of what? Esau's military, man. All right? And that's what King David was asking in past time to break. And they still got those great teeth, man, to this very day, until the Lord sends back Yahweh Shai to actually break this devil, man.
Dame 2 and 44, all the way down.
Yeah, and it goes on to say, the last verse is verse 7. "Let them melt away as water which runneth continually, when he bendeth the bow to shoot his arrows. Let them be as cut in pieces." You know, in which we asking the same thing, that the Lord crush the U.S. military, all branches of it, man. These devils are still fully in power. When they want some resources, some minerals from your country, or they want to just plainly indoctrinate you, they just come in there. They can steal it, man. They got something that's what we always go into. They got something called the economic hitman. They send in first. You know, when the big wigs, the king or the dictator don't want to play ball, by bribing them, then they send the killers in there, man.
CIA.
The CIA.
Yeah.
In other forms, because I'm gonna tell you something too. The Jesuits and Rosicrucians, they number
assassins,
man.
Yeah.
Look into the shit. There's number assassins, man. All that shit you see on Esau show you Men in Black, they really got that shit. They really have these agents, man.
So they did with the president of Haiti recently.
Yeah,
They didn't want to play
He
ball.
didn't want to play ball. They like what we say, riot. America had what? It was seven countries in 5 years. They had invaded. All of them didn't want to get down with the program.
Yeah, that General Wesley Clark said, he says Sudan, Libya, Iraq, I think. I don't know if it was, but I know they Syria, and they said they were going to end it off with Iran.
Yeah.
And all them countries they talked about, hey, they're in some form of civil war or were overthrown. And that last crown and jewel is Iran, which once America, beginning with those gutter rats in the state of Israel, Jeremiah 49 verse 20, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Once they go into Iran, and that's going to kick off that battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat,
Beautiful.
the War of Armageddon in Joel 3, which what's that concurrent with? The implementation of the charagma, the mark of the beast, the microchip implant, which is right around the corner as well.
And we know that them Iranians, the Persians, today who are still there, the Persians, we know they gotta get their lick back what they did to the general. They gonna get in the mix, man.
They gonna get it.
All right, they gonna get in the mix. They gotta revenge the death of that man. All right, they just killed the man.
They killed.
You know?
They killed the IRGC commander and the nuclear scientist.
Yeah.
When you read, I think the secondary 15 and 29, it speaks about them being the Carmanians. So they should waste the land of a portion of the Assyrians. That's over here in America.
And just like let's go to this modern time. They all of a sudden, about 4 days ago, there was a assassination hit on Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, they blamed it on America.
Well, and now you got Ukraine in the midst of a war. Where they get drones from? Who's the country that's big on drones?
That can reach the Kremlin.
Yeah, the United States of America, man.
That's right. That's right.
Babylon. Everybody know where that shit coming from. Man. That's why, starting with the prophets and teachers, and it's really this word that raised the skirt of you devils, man. Everybody know you for the goddamn devil that you is, man. And the shit that you've been doing for years. All right. We talked about it, like some of the brothers talk like the shit that happened in Haiti. You put cholera in the water, poison the people and shit. You do everything. You burn down the house and then try to come help.
Come through the back door.
Come through the back door, This is shit you do, E. All right, and going back into the topic, these mass shootings is a part of you too. All right, you literally gonna have the people begging for to take away the guns. You're gonna have the people begging for martial law, man.
I want to back you up, Doc.
Because I'm gonna say this too. These criminals that's running around doing all sorts of shit, like down here, the carjacking, they killing, they taking ATMs. Who let them run wild? E.
Yeah.
Right along with the DA. The DA in every city in town are the biggest drug dealers, man. They know what's coming in and going out. And they letting shit happen. They letting the criminals right back out down here.
They show you on there, they show the power. They be in on everything.
Yes.
They be in on everything.
You know, like them, even them small hats, man. The small hats tell you we the wholesalers of everything. We know about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And they're the ones behind it. You want to know how drugs get in? You want to know how drugs get in the alleys of Chicago in crates? You gotta think, man. Then they had this other shit come out with Eric Holder. Eric Holder was doing the Fast and Furious shit with the guns, man. How you think these guys get around these what do they call them, ghost guns? Shit just ended up in these cities, major cities. You know, all of a sudden now you got this thing called the switches. You know about that?
No, I don't know about that.
You got a Glock, and it has a mechanism in the back that turns a single fire Glock into a fully automatic.
For the automatic, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
the glizzy, the switch, whatever nickname,
Terminology, yeah,
nigga get some shit. Nigga always nickname it something. You know, but they put them out here in these cities for niggas to act wild, man.
Yeah.
And they gonna give it to you and then take it away from you. That's what this devil do, man.
Yeah, that's exactly, because that's the point. You know, we went back to how America is indeed the rebirth of the Roman Empire, how it was diverse from all the other
Beast that before.
nations, which were the beasts, and most I call them beasts in this particular scriptures, the other nations, how they're diverse and how they had a great military. So what's Esau's blessing? His blessing is the sword. And that's everything that he got is from the sword. Okay? So, you know, you got a scripture you want to bring out, brother?
Come on.
And then you can bring out that article.
Yeah, God.
The article.
In this scripture,
we'll go into it further.
Yeah, and this scripture basically going into how he have these false flag attacks and he allows things to go on for a certain amount of time because he has plots and plans and agendas. Okay, this is Psalms 37:12, and ultimately is aimed at the men of the Lord. That's what it's ultimately going to be aimed at.
That's the spirit. I got that. I'm older than that, brother. Go ahead.
Cool, now,
That's good.
the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Now, we were just going into how that teeth represents what? The military powers. But domestically, it can also go into what? Law enforcement, the FBI, you know, things of that nature, you know, what they first lines of defense.
His injustice system.
That's right.
He used that as what? As a sword.
That's right.
Our people, because it actually kills our people. To give them life in prison. It proves them guilty when they're innocent, right? It's like a prison house, man.
That's right.
He used it for legacy, to put in laws, unjust laws, right? Unrighteous decrees. That's a sword, man.
That's a sword.
You got it, bro.
That's a sword. No, I'm finished up.
And Wisdom of Solomon too. Let our strength be the
Hold
law of justice.
That's right.
No, that was it on the scripture. I finished the scripture.
Who has the article?
Yeah, bring out the. You got it?
I got it.
Yeah, bring out the.
Say real quick to back up what you were saying. This devil has so many cameras and radar everywhere. He could send you a photo of yourself running a red light 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't know who's running criminal organizations. He can't stop carjacking. He knows everything, man.
Yeah, even down here, they got a program going on down here that a lot of the people out here don't know. And I think me and his brother talked about it about 2 years ago. They got a program going on here where they can predict crimes before they happen. It's a really like a
Minority Report type.
yeah, minority report type shit.
Yeah.
This person is connected to this person might kill this person.
Right.
It's a big bubble going on.
Yeah.
It's like alone in every major city. I don't give a damn if it is New York, California, New Orleans, Florida. They got sensors and program sensors on these different towers. If you shoot a gun, they'll come right to you.
Yeah.
And the machine knows the difference from a backfire from a car, exhaust backfire, a tire popping, what do they call that shit on the pole? Transformers blowing up. The machine knows the different sounds and the shock waves of concussion.
And to add on what you said, my baby mama's son shot a gun in the yard. The police came straight to the house.
Yeah.
Came straight to the house.
You know, they notice, man. You know, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one more verse on that.
Get the Arthur and everything. You know, it's up there.
And this verse 15 on Psalms 37.
The page too.
Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So all of the different things that they have set up for the men of the Lord is ultimately going to fall on them. And that ultimate sword that's going to enter into their own belly is the Russians nuking this place, man.
Hey, they use the internet to spy on everybody, but what the internet do? Allow this word to go to the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
Psalm 19. This is from a book, Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. This is page 225. It says, the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity, which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms, using drugs and hypnosis on mental patients, and a process called Orion. The CIA inculcated the desire in these people to open fire on schoolyards and thus inflame the anti-gun lobby. The plan is well underway and so far is working perfectly. The middle class is begging the government to do away with the Second Amendment.
Which they're getting rid of the middle class too, as we know it, as we see right now. What just happened the other day in Allen, Texas, at the outlet mall. You know.
Where did you?
Oh, inculcated. Yeah, it means to stamp or imprint.
Okay.
Now it was something to it, Mariah. You might know. I forgot. It was something with Orion. I think that was the. I think that was the. What's the name of the? You always go into that movie. Start with B.
With the V.
That was the name of the program. With the people that's in that tower that was stuck in there.
The Belco experiment.
I think the name of that program is called Orion.
Orion. That was familiar. You're right.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was called. The Orion.
It was that.
Mm-hmm.
It was Orion. It was Orion.
I think it's
The name of the company was Orion.
Orion. Oh yeah.
You know, we show you how he and the elder went into it in the first video we were talking about this. You know, we talk. This is a it's like a part 2 to what we went into earlier, man.
Right.
And the elder went into it.
Yeah.
This is what he does on a large scale for us. His black magic, or telling you what he do, what he's gonna do before he do it. He puts it in cartoons, put it in movies.
Yeah.
All right. He put it in sitcoms, man. And you people, you sit there, you eat it up because what you do, you love bread and circus, man. That's why they give you all this shit to do. Basketball, they give you betting now, they give you everything to get into and keep your minds off of what's really going on. Why this nigga snatch away your so-called rights, man.
Right.
You know? And the elder went into it earlier. You know, the big T word is, you know, the terrorist, man.
Yeah.
You get too big in your head, you want to have too many guns, you're a terrorist. You want to have rainwater stored up, you're a goddamn terrorist, man. Too many seeds, too many goddamn, you got past 3 boxes of bullets, man. You gonna roll up on your ass, man.
And if I may add, they're gonna label you a domestic T word.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Domestic T.
Yeah, which goes back to the Patriot Act.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the domestic terrorism all gonna revolve back to public enemy number 1, Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
That's what it's for. That's why all these legislation getting passed for. That's right. Come against the men of the Lord.
It's a case that's being built. So when, like the Bible says, though he go crouching, take good heed and beware of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Esau put that out there for a little while, okay, you got this guy over there doing this with the doing some kind of crime, and you want to label him an affiliate to the Hebrew Israelites. Then it'll back off for a while. Things happening on earth. Esau was on the move.
Yeah.
Take good heed and be aware of him. He's still on the move.
I seen them bring up last month on the channel C-SPAN. It brought up Hebrew Israelites on the Senate floor. And they were talking about what we going to do. The Edomite was going in. Yeah, he trying to connect. He try to label Hebrew Israelites right along with the Ku Klux Klan. And a black woman was tearing his ass up. How? How can you connect the two? If you just reading the Bible. And that's just for right now. We know they're gonna go past that.
Yeah.
They gonna listen to what when she was bringing out some major points on this Edomite that he couldn't answer.
See, the point she was bringing out is they haven't killed nobody, they haven't hung nobody, they're just reading out the Bible. But Esau, we know we're not eating to say his devices. He's going to come with that false blood with some guy with a beard on his face, saying how about Shema Shine. He's going to go do something. You know, now they got these masks that they can make, and the person look real.
Yeah. They got
the AI Negro.
Yeah.
Apostle Tahar put the video on. Yeah.
They like when them
the neutron guy.
the guy Tucker, what's his name? Tucker Clark
and the
Tucker Clark.
Gonzalez guy.
Yeah. Whoever that guy was, he was saying it like
they don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
And then what happened? He just got arrested.
We know a couple of guys right now, man. That was, once in that thing. Go ahead, bro.
But this is just to back up that article. And that book was written in the 90s. That book was written in the 90s, and this article was published on April 30th of this year. 3,000 guns surrendered in New York in exchange for gift cards. Every one of these guns is a potential life saved.
And see, what he do too, a lot of people don't know. All right, he brought up New York. New York is a playground for mass shootings because it's a gun-free zone. Notice everywhere they have mass shootings at, where they happen at, in gun-free zones. Walmarts, churches, schools, and stadiums and shit like that. California is another goddamn playground for Esau to play in. You go buy a gun, you can only have 10 man capacity in California. Canada the same goddamn way. New York, you gotta have. Hey man, New York is down there. London, you can't have guns. They're jig ass up over there though. That's Swiss cheese over there in London. New York, the criminals got them.
They $150 your face in New York.
They $150, yeah.
Cold
with
the eyes.
Hey, but go your ass to Brooklyn though. The Bronx, they'll shoot you till you catch on fire in the Bronx, man. We were talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Them young boys in the Bronx will shoot you till you catch on fire.
Young bulls.
Them young boys, man. Yeah. Word to mother. Hey, bro. For real. Shit get real. Hey, all the criminals got it. And then you wanna trust Esau to have it? He gonna protect you? This nigga's not gonna protect you, man. But I got another one too, though. Whenever my brothers are ready.
You might have heard this paragraph. It backs up what you brought up earlier.
Finish up.
Thousands of guns, including numerous assault-style rifles and ghost guns, were surrendered in a single day over the weekend.
What's ghost guns?
Damn.
A lot of the guns that fall under the 3D printing machines fall under ghost guns. All guns that you can build yourself, right? Because once you build a gun, like you build a AR-15 or AK-47 from the ground up, I mean you got your lower and your upper built, and you actually put all the barrels and stuff together. You don't have to register those guns, which they consider ghost guns, man. All right, he's gonna come he coming after all that shit, man. You got the 3D printing machine making the upper and lower plastic guns. He coming after that shit, man. All right, which he put it out there as bait. All right, for you to go through that avenue, huh?
Yeah, to go get it.
Yeah, then what the nigga's gonna do? He's gonna make an amendment, meaning to change. He's gonna change the law to work for the benefit of him. Go ahead, keep going. You got some more. He cooking over that, man.
You making your own guns? What could Esau label you as? An illegal arms dealer?
Yeah.
Like your boy in Russia
that they just traded.
Yeah, and old boy, it used to be a dude on YouTube called FS
Russia.
Yeah, they came. That guy's still in jail, man. All right, because once you start doing certain stuff like that, you gotta follow the FFL laws and shit, man. You gotta get a state, I think a level 3 law and different shit. But that's what Esau does. He makes the shit so complicated. He give you gotta go into his Latin in the course, and then you gotta go read some shit this thick.
And the fine print.
In the fine print, and get a goddamn license and shit, man. But go ahead,
Assault-style rifles and ghost guns were surrendered in a single day over the weekend across the state of New York in exchange for gift cards, according to the state attorney general. Describing it as a landmark event, New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
that's a black
woman. Oh boy, you got it.
That's an indub. All right.
whose office hosted and coordinated Saturday's program, said more than 3,000 guns were surrendered at 9 buyback locations throughout the state, including 2 in New York City.
And they did it down here too. Before I actually, got from uptown where I was at, they had a whole. I called one of y'all brothers before.
A buyback program.
You
Yeah.
say it was around the corner. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you niggas lining up from here to the IBC, man. You even had country bucket ass Edomites Esau come out there with the suspenders on. They got like he just come from hunting. Giving back your guns, all for a $200, $100 Walmart cut, man.
Oh,
Meanwhile, the same shit happened in Germany at one time. Where everybody was giving back their guns. Then when he came, rolled on your ass, man. You couldn't even defend yourself, man. You about to say something?
Yeah, it's agenda driven as well, because you got laws like in Florida, different things like that. They actually allowing them to walk around without permits, open carries, Atlanta, Texas, So you got one people asking for the guns back in New York. You come down south, they saying you can carry without permits. It's starting to get ridiculous, man.
What's been going on too? They get the young boys to break in the cars.
That too.
I'm gonna see what's going on, especially from Atlanta. They got an organized crime, and it's backed by Esau. They get these guys to break in the cars, steal the guns in your car, go in your house with the guns, and they're running them up to New York, Philly, Connecticut. All right, because why? Them guns went from $300 down here and went to $1,000-something up there.
Right.
Up north. It's a big thing going on, man. And Esau he got his hand in all this shit, man.
See, brother, but this is a difference between Esau and the men of the Lord. Okay? All right? I got the scripture right quick. See, Esau, that's his blessing, the sword. And the sword comes in many different forms.
That's right.
It's not just, we know the
sword, ultimate sword, yeah.
Right. Right, exactly. Right. So the sword, the sword in modern day terms is his weapons, his guns. Okay? But this is 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, the 4th verse. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You see, and that's the difference between Esau, the so-called white man, and the men of the Lord. See, 2/3 of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they have faith in that sword. Okay? All right? Because they believe that sword can save them. They believe that sword makes them invincible. But the men of the Lord, we ain't dealing with the cardinal aspect, man. We're dealing with the spiritual aspect, okay, of the words of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. For the weapons of our warfare are not cardinal. So the so-called white man could sit up there and they could charge us as being terrorists all they want to, man. You see what I'm saying? That's just all a part of the persecution, all right, of the men of the Lord, all right? It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not cardinal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. And that's what we're doing. We're pulling down the strongholds by hipping the elect and even telling the 2/3, okay, because they watch these videos too, okay? But we're letting the elect know that, listen, this ain't about no cardinal thing, man. We pulling down the strongholds that the Lord is not a so-called white man, that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, according to the Bible, man. Okay? So those are the strong, and not to take that RFID chip. Yeah. All right? So we pulling down these strongholds, man. The strongholds that Esau is going to uphold. Okay? Because what's one of the end games of Esau, which is the so-called white man, of international Jewish bakers, that mark of the beast, that RFID chip. That's their end game, man. Because if they figure they could chip the whole world with the RFID chip, then they can be like the Most High, man. They can have they can track everybody on the earth. They can have total control over your bank account, money, your movement, because that's what you're going to have to do in order to survive.
That's what that Fed Now situation is about in July.
Yeah.
It's all centered around full control, man. I got something to back you up.
Yeah, bad.
Which, there's nothing wrong with having you a sword or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to say that, but we don't trust in that, man. We don't trust in the sword, man. We trust in the spirit of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
If I could say real fast, a lot of jakes that end up getting killed on the streets in their cars, they be having a gun on them. A gun can't deliver you from death, man. Only the Lord can.
Right.
It's a scripture to back up what brothers are saying. Right, but you can get one, but your faith shouldn't be in a man-made sword, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. This is Luke 22:36. All right. It says, then said he unto them, but now he that has a purse, let him take it. Likewise, his scrip. And he that has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one.
Yeah.
So you can have a sword.
Yeah, you can have a sword,
but you still got to be responsible. And you also got to be to the point of not having faith in that sword, man.
Right, exactly. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. You know, just like back during the time of Esther, man. You know, Israel had to arm themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but the point is, see, that's what Esau trusted, man. That's what the so-called white man trusted. Go ahead, brother. Now you bring that out.
Even to add to your point, even when David went up against Goliath, he said, "You come with shields and bucklers, but I come in the name of the Lord." Man.
There you go.
Right? But David, when he was, when he took Goliath down, man, he said, "You got bucklers and shields, but I come in the name of the Lord, man."
Right.
That's also that little situation that happened with Peter.
Yeah.
Peter cut the man head off. The Lord got on Peter right in that, man. That's what we got.
You got that? You got that? Oh, yeah, let me finish that.
Real quick, Psalms 44:6. For I would not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, brothers got things, man.
Yeah.
It's more than it's a hobby. It's also to protect their families, protect brothers in situations like that. But it's not out to get out here, and like I always go into, you got the blinds open like Malcolm with the shit up in the air. Yeah, it's not for that, man. All right, we don't have money. We out here like the not fucking around crew. Or you out here like these other groups. They got vests on, ARs and guns on the hip. It's not about that, man.
I've seen guys get their hands on a gun and they feel like they're immortals.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of you cats ain't nothing more than cheddar bobs out here, man. You just waiting to shoot yourself.
Yeah.
All right? And that's all you niggas be killing.
Jake not
cars
sharp. Yeah.
and mailboxes and houses. That's all you niggas kill, man. And yourself.
Jake not sharp with the sword.
I don't know.
They can't hold his pants above his ass. You don't know how to load a gun. I'm talking about going to war with these with a person who's been blessed with this thing.
Yeah.
You'll suffer the terrible hell.
Yeah, well, basically the point is, brothers got it, certain brothers got it, whatever, but we know our deliverance is in the name of Yahweh.
That's right. Straight up, man.
There you go.
I was going to say our power come from above.
Yep, there you go.
Hey, real quick. This Psalm 17 and verse 13, it says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." And like the elder Big Gad was saying, man, he saw the sword, like he was talking about the Quran. That's a part of the sword. The sword goes to many variations, not just the ultimate one, which the modern day guns or the nuclear weapons. You got what? You got the jab that y'all out there taking right now.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking the chemtrails, they fly over top of you. This is a madman, man. He got it. You got to get in the mindset. This man got it.
Merely the damn TV. They use the TV as a weapon to programming people and shit, man. There's many things that go into that, And I think the other Big Gad, he went into that on the first lesson. There's many things that go into this blessing. He went into the blessing back in Genesis, right?
Yeah, Genesis, yeah.
He went into
this. Sword, yeah.
Yeah, this nigga got a whole blessing, man. He's literally been using from the beginning to the top tier of that weapon, man. It ain't been back. He's been backed by the Most High through Satan to do what he do. You got more, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Lord been guarding it, man. Because according to Romans 13, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
That's right.
That's why the Lord, Yahweh gonna cut the head of Leviathan, man. All right? That stronghold, that iron dome, like Yahweh gotta get it, man. He gave him the blessing, which was Isaac. That was Yahweh.
Come on, can't make it up.
He gave him the blessing. So is not the giver greater than the person that received?
The Lord give it, the Lord take
The
it.
Lord give it and take it away.
That's right.
It says, but thou, 44:7, but thou hast saved us from our enemies, that sword, and has put them to shame that hated us.
Right. That's right. That's right.
I got one for you too, Quan.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 32, and I'm gonna read 6 and 7. It says, for the vile person will speak vanity, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the souls of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. This is the point right here. The instruments also of the cherub are evil. The cherub are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak right.
Yeah. You got it, brother.
Yeah.
Get it down.
And somebody giving that word cherub,
Yeah, I'm about to say that word sure.
you know?
Those are the scoundrels.
Yeah, and that's what this devil is. Somebody get a cherub, man. And we going into the different devices. Preferably the different bills and legislation he set up to take away your guns, to roll up on you, man. All right? And like I said, we went into a little bit in the early lesson. See that guy, Barack Hussein Obama? When he had that Obamacare, he put it in there. He put it on page 1000, 1001 about the what? The MOBT.
Yeah.
But he used it as a way of helping you. But all the while, right up on your nose, he's planning on really just killing you, man. That's what these devils are really. Their minds are set forth on taking you millions on top of millions you Israelites out. And on top of that, his own people, man. You know,
Yeah, a devil.
a complete devil. You people are nothing. They call y'all useless eaters. They call y'all goyim. You think they give a damn about people in the mall in Allen, Texas, man? Some elementary school? You think they give a damn about 200 people on a plane flying and they want to kill 2 people on there? They take everybody goddamn out, man. And be back somewhere eating cheese and drinking wine, man, laughing at the shit. We're dealing with the wickedness in high places, man.
Hmm.
The elites of the society, which a lot of you people, you know, when we get to talking about that, the spirits, that's just spooky shit. You guys are, you know, I don't want to get into all that, man. Well, you gonna get into it. Well, you gonna be in it, man.
Yeah.
You know, these elites, they doing it, man. They're doing exactly what what's his name, William Cooper, right? Said in Behold the Pale Horse. It's in motion already, man. What the other guy name is over to? 1965. Henry
Henry Cabal.
I always forget his name. How to
If I was the
If
devil,
I Was the Devil, man.
Paul
Paul Harvey, man. All right. Paul Harvey said it best. He gave you a complete lineup of what's gonna happen in these times that we're living in, man. Rabbi Finkelstein,
yeah, his ass too.
He's another guy that he told you what, literally 18, 17 years ago, and we're seeing women being drafted into the army. Remember he said that? He said, you transformers, all right, you meat cutters,
Swingers.
you swingers, you don't get put over there, man. You back tappers, all that shit, man. You niggas got your ass getting drafted now, man, in the army.
Did the brother look up the word charm?
Yeah, get the word Charles too, man.
I got some synonyms for it too.
Come
I got it in the online etymology.
And I got it in a dictionary. It says a person of low birth, a peasant, a heathen, people of low birth. What's Rothschild's original name? The Bowers?
Yeah.
Which means peasant. The people of low birth.
Well, they say
Give
that
me the blue letter too.
Yeah, get it.
Give me the blue letter.
they say that their generation is reverting, right? They say basically Edom is not having enough.
They're not
children.
populating it. It's
Yeah,
at
they're not
0% or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, low birth. You got it. Yeah.
You got the blue letter?
But no.
Matter of fact, before you bring that up, I'm gonna get a scripture for that. That's Psalms the 50th chapter and the 20th verse. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. You know, and that's what Esau is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because who is Esau's brother? Jacob. Esau is the so-called white man. Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? And what is he doing? He's slanderous. He's slanderous his own mother's son, man.
Accuser of that brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because here it is. He's the one putting the guns inside the ghettos. So, you know what I'm saying? So Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can serve each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a plan.
You got a good on a comic book for you, Zaquan.
It's an agenda. You know what I'm saying? You know? We the problem. No, you're the problem, man.
You fucked up.
Yeah, right. You effed up. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Painful.
I got two on the comic book from the brother Kabar. So I want This is one to back you up, Laquan. You could put on there. It's Proverbs 21 and 10. It says, "The soul of the wicked desired evil; his neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes."
Yeah, well, yeah. Read that again.
Yeah, this Proverbs 21 and 10. It says, "The wicked soul, the soul of the wicked devises evil."
Yeah, well, that's Esau. That's the so-called white man. Go ahead.
His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes.
Yeah, and his neighbor find no favor in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? So listen, this is all Esau setting up all these different agendas, man.
Traps.
You know what I'm saying? Because the word system means what? Trap. Okay? And that's what Esau is all about, man. He has an agenda. Okay? All right? The soul of the wicked devises evil. Now we know evil, Eve meaning ill. All right? No, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. And that's what the so-called white man's going to bring, man. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Especially to you Jakes, man. We seen it in the first Purge movie. You knew you're going to get rolled on, man.
Yep.
And especially you that trust in your weapons, they got a script to back it up. This second Maccabees 8 and 18. Well, second Maccabees 8 and 18 says, "For they say, trust in their weapons in boldness, but our confidence in the Almighty power, who are at beak, who at a beak shall cast down both them that
At a beck.
against us, at beck, shall cast down both them that coming against us, and also the world, all the world." So the more we got our trust in the Most High gonna back us up, man. Not a weapon. Which a lot of you Jakes, you trust in your weapons. You trust in Esau. And what you're gonna see, all those things are gonna fail. Ultimately, it's gonna fail, man.
Yeah. I got a scripture to back it up. The soul of the wicked devises evil.
Yep.
Yeah, let me go to it right quick.
I got one for you too.
I'm all on too.
Let it roll.
Yeah, you could break it down. So let me get this one right quick.
This Proverbs chapter 4.
Turn it up.
Yeah,
Slap.
Yeah, man.
Proverbs 4 and 16, it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief,
Scripture.
and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall."
Yeah, that's Esau, man.
Right.
Perfectly know them at least those that fall under them.
Yeah.
All right, they gotta do something wicked, man, to cause people to fall. You know, and they been on that type of time. You know, since they've been in power. Read it one more time, Bible shot.
Proverbs 4 and 16, it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall."
Yeah. And in the other scripture, in this many scriptures, you got to say something.
It got more now.
Okay.
Verse 17, it says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence."
And the scripture call him the violent man. He's the most violent man there is on earth, man.
God.
He tell you about put down the guns, all right, and all this other peace talk. But he's a man one killing shit, man. All right, go ahead.
He said violence doesn't solve anything, but he gets everything by violence.
Everything, man.
That was it on that.
Esau made the logo stop the violence.
Yeah.
What's the violence?
He is the
He is the violence.
Hey, brother.
That pale horse.
But it says the soul of the evil devises wicked, right?
Okay.
But maybe despise of evil. What's going on in the earth today? Brother, get that? Get that? Get that in the Apocrypha? It said when the Greeks came into power, evil increased in the earth.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm saying, get that one.
Yeah, first back to 1 and 7.
You know what I'm saying? This is starting with Esau, man. Because Esau is the wicked. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, brother. You got it.
It's First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 7, and it reads, "So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died."
Yes, Alexander, which is an Edomite, Esau, so-called white man. Go ahead.
Verse 8, "And his servants bare rule every one in his place."
Now, prior to that, right? Prior to Alexander, which is the Greeks coming into power, who did you have in power? Okay, you had the Medo-Persian Empire. Okay, right now, of course, they were going off. They had the gods and their idols. All right, but they didn't bring that wickedness and that evil in the earth like how the so-called white man brought it in, man.
Right.
Start
Modernism, pedophilia.
Right. Starting with Esau. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you had Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They were doing all kind of wickedness, but Esau just took it to the next level. Okay? Because he was able to go to the other heathen nations and spread all that wickedness around the earth, man. Okay? Whereas you had Sodom and Gomorrah, they were doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And then the Mosai just took their asses out, which it was 5 cities. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's not like they went throughout to they went out through the Medes and they went out to Moab, and you know what I'm saying? You know, Esau, Alexander the Greek, he was conquering all these different nations on the earth, man. So Esau is integral with spreading his wickedness and his evils all throughout the whole entire earth, man. Okay? Just like Antiochus Epiphanes. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing, he said he wanted all people to be as one. You know what I'm saying? Just like America to the same every day, which they got that from the Babylonian Empire, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right, exactly. With the Tower of Babel, trying to make all the nations as one. But that didn't happen, man. You see what I'm saying? Because Yahweh Bahashim Hashai broke that up. So Esau was the one who spread all that wickedness around the whole entire earth, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9, it reads, "And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did the sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth."
Scripture saying, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
That's right.
Evils were multiplied in the earth. Okay? They were multiplied under who? Under the so-called white man, under Esau. You see what I'm saying? You know? Because he's the one that's going around destroying the whole entire earth, man. Okay? All right? That's why the brother read earlier that the spirit that's lifted up is not upright in him, man. He goes straight as soon as he be born, speaking lies. You know? So that's why Esau, that's one of the reasons why Esau is going to be the main one that's going to be destroyed, man. All right? He's not going to be around after 1,000 years.
That's right.
But the other nations will. You know what I'm saying? Evils multiplied in the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, brother. I think it's a little bit more.
Verse 10, and it reads, "And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes."
And they came out of him a wicked root. Who's the wicked, man? So-called white man. Esau. Go ahead.
"Son of Antiochus, the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Go ahead.
In those days went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us."
Same thing like today. Okay, same thing with so-called Negroes, 2/3 you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are doing to the same very day. You're making a covenant with the heathen, man.
That's right.
That's why you take on his philosophy. You see what I'm saying? YOLO. You only live once. You go to his colleges, man. You know what I'm saying? You bow down to the so-called white man, like he's your God. Okay? You sell your soul to him, man. You know, you got these stars, these actresses, these actors, these sports stars, these rappers. They're making a covenant with the heathen, man, to live and do and sell out to the so-called white man because he's in rulership. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing Negroes was doing back then. You got generals in the army and the armed forces that's our people, and they totally dedicated to destroying their own people, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just like the Boule. They're a guard to the so-called white man.
Tiberius Alexander.
Yep.
Doing the same thing.
They're doing the same thing. Go ahead, brother.
God.
You know, you shave your beard. You know what I'm saying? You know, you shave your head bald.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you do all this to make a covenant with the heathen, man.
With that time.
The time. Just thinking that.
Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Since we departed from them, we have much sorrow. And that's what dudes that Salah say. Like you got Nate. You know, there's a good indication that he sold out. Because once you give up the name of Yahweh Shai, that's an indication that you sold out, man. Okay?
Hey, Quan, when you look up Nate on the computer, they say he has a net worth of 150 million.
Damn.
Yeah, for like he does it from like he makes like such and such million each whatever year or whatever. And then when you add it all up, it's like 150 million, 100 million or something like
Net worth.
It's his net worth.
You know, going to his holdings, his businesses, his property, net worth. Yeah.
Yeah, man, so they living good, man.
He does $7 million a year.
He does $7 million a year.
Hey, the scripture say, man, you chose your consolation.
Yeah.
Nate, you went out on that.
Yeah, that's a good indication that he sold out, bro. You know, but go ahead, brother.
Hey, if I can add on to what he said, when it says they made a covenant with the heathen, and these times is you can liken that to conforming to the image of the beast. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yep, that's right.
When you jump down, it's going to explain exactly what you're saying. You want to finish right there?
You can finish more. You can read more. You can read more.
I'm going to jump down to verse 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
There you go. All should be one people. Oh, we all Americans, right? Oh yeah. We all Americans. No matter what race or creed. You know what I'm saying? We all Americans.
We all bleed red.
We all bleed red. You know what I'm saying? You know, come on, it's the same thing happened to the same every day to this day, man.
A dog bleeds red.
Yeah,
Cat bleeds red.
Exactly. You know, so here we are, Israelites from each prospective tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel. We all just supposed to be Americans. We're supposed to believe in this bullshit American dream, man. This democracy. Okay,
verse 42, it says, and everyone should leave his laws.
That everyone should leave his laws.
You
know, so that's what Antiochus Epiphanes was pushing back then. You know, especially on the Jews back then. That's right. Which we know the Jews are so-called black men. Right?
That's right. It says, so that all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king, yea, many also of the Israelite consented to his religion and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath.
See that? So, like I said, Esau spreads. He's the main one spreading his democracy all over the damn earth, man. That's why America's known as what? A harlot. Because what does a harlot do? A harlot lays down with many different men. That's what America's doing, spreading his democracy all over the planet Earth. The heathens, even the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right?
And you can tie that in with that word calls in Revelation the 13th chapter. That's just what he's doing. He calling you. It's a force fight. I'm forcing you to do this. So Esau's going to do something drastic in earth to get everybody to confine until, look, everybody's going to be one. I want to put that Quran inside everybody. Everybody's going to be one. Total control.
And at the end of this,
It's gonna get to it.
It goes into totalitarianism.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it goes into.
And it reads verse 44.
No.
For the king has sent letters to the messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, that they should profane the Sabbath days and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people, and set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all their ordinances, and whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
Yeah, now that's going to go into the RFID chip.
That's right.
Because Esau's whole thing is, look, if you don't take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, we want to put you to death, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Totalitarianism.
Right, exactly.
I got a precept to back up what you were saying too.
So the brother look up totalitarianism.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is Esau, man. This is E. This is so-called white man.
All right. Totalitarianism, a system of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state.
The RFID chip.
I got you one better than that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Totalitarianism is a form of government that attempts to assert total control over the lives of its citizens. It is characterized by strong central rule that attempts to control and direct all aspects of an individual life through coercion and repression. It does not permit individual freedom.
And when you read the internet, it said, and he that was found keeping his own custom should be put to death. All right.
Yeah.
That what you put in the death is totalitarianism. If you don't submit to the state, you will die. You will get beheaded. Governed by draconian laws.
Yep. Like that slogan they got, you will have nothing.
Be happy. That's some pimp. That's some pimp stuff, bro.
I got you one big guy. Real quick. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
I think you said some more in there, right?
Yeah,
Oh, God. What's some more? Go ahead.
It says traditional social institutions and organizations are discouraged and suppressed, basically the truth, and even these churches, making people more willing to be merged into a single unified movement, the NWO. Totalitarian states typically pursue a special goal to the exclusion of all others, with all resources directed towards its attainment, regardless of the cost. Killing anybody, man. Anybody that opposes you. You got it?
I got a precept.
And what that does, that automatically puts the men of the Lord on public enemy number one.
Right.
All right? Because we don't stand for what Esau is coming with. Even the MOBT, we got down with that, man. So what? You got to go.
That's right.
That's why they got plans to roll up on us too, man. You know, and like I say, the main thing that you younger brothers have to understand, including myself, you guys continue to pick up the jewels that the apostles, the other men that's ahead of us been dropping. They've been told you what happened for 9/11. So that thing, they got to roll up on them, man.
Yeah. Right.
As soon as those towers got hit and all hell broke loose out there, what happened? He got pulled. He got run up on him. And this devil going the next thing he finna do gonna make 9/11 look like a day in the park, man.
Come on.
Yes.
And that's the agenda, Elder.
God.
All of the false flags and
See,
certain legislation getting passed is all for the Hebrew Israelites. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but look at what happened a year or two ago up there in Jersey.
yeah.
They're shooting.
Some nigga woman in the
Kosher.
kosher market and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And all that other shit that happened on Capitol Hill with the Native American guy and the guy that got $650 million. That little boy got $650 million from that shit.
Yeah, they ain't like.
You know, but it's all based on coming up against us, man.
Hey, and don't forget about the dude who's in it with like some kind of red vehicle. He ran over all them all people.
Kind of
Yeah, ran over
for the
people.
parade, huh?
Yeah, the parade is something tied to the Israelites.
Yeah, man.
The ultimate thing is that we're weaponized because we read the Bible, man.
That's right.
That's they weaponized. We are basically they have weaponized the Bible, and they're reading the Bible because they don't have anything on us. They'll basically be like they read the Bible on street corners, so they're a threat, or they're a T-word, right? They're offender for rights, like offender for the word. So ultimately, they're coming behind you for this, man.
Hey, brother, I got something. Because you were saying how they rolled on the apostles. Yeah, they rolled up one of the apostles, bishops, and elders. After the whole 9/11 thing. I'm saying, like the elder said, they're going to make 9/11 look like a walk in the park, you know? You know what I'm saying? When they really, truly rolling us. But this time, when they rolling us, they're going to roll on us for keeps.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they're not rolling on us to
Cross-examine.
bring us to trial. And
No.
not a trial through the judicial system and all that. No, they're rolling us for keeps and stuff.
When the feds come, they got something that's gonna stick.
You see that shit they did too with the NDA Act, the National Defense Authorization Act? That shit got no due process in that. Meaning you can't get a lawyer. They're gonna have your ass somewhere, Guantanamo Bay, somewhere.
Indefinitely.
Isolated.
You can't call up mama. Mama can't go get you Johnny Cochran. Go wake up Johnny Cochran. It's not gonna even matter.
And there'll be no bail set.
Then they got this other shit that's going on. It started in Texas. And it's really set for people like us, man. It's called the Sandra Bland Act. Meaning they can just deem you crazy, man. You ready for a straight jacket. You believe in this, you believe in that, just go lock him up in the nut house.
No probable cause.
No probable cause, no due process. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why? They believe in a God that's gonna come in a big UFO, a big ship. And, yeah, you gotta get him out of here, man.
Yeah.
And see, it was a guy who back then, and it's true. His baby mama got into it with him. You know what she did? She was the whole time he was going to camp. She didn't. Jake wide open. She went there, had CDs this thick of him on the block. Look, Your Honor, he don't like white people. Look, Your Honor, he believe in UFOs. Look, Your Honor, this and that. And the whole time, back then he was like, ain't nothing we could do with it. But in these times, let Eve bring that shit to the people. You out of here, man. You out of here. And that just showed you how serious this thing is, man. I know we had about an hour, right? I looked at it last time.
An hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's about time.
I got something right quick. This is Isaiah 59 chapter and the 19th verse. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh as the Lord from the west. Now, the name is important.
God.
Scriptures say man should not be saved by any other name, which is the elect. Okay, man. Which is your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and other Israelites. So we fear the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. From the west, we in the Western Hemisphere, right? Okay? Because where's this word coming out of? You know what I'm saying? This word's coming out of the West, the Western Hemisphere. You had Abba Bivens, you had King Marshall, you had High Priest Ariel, High Priest Shaiquad. You see what I'm saying? High Priest Shaw, together, the top 7 at that particular time. And the rest of the Apostle Tahar, Apostle Babal, Apostle Bakar, Apostle Ramla, Bishop, elders, and brothers. You know, so we fear the name of the Lord from the west, right, on this side of the earth. Okay, because it came from the east, but now the name is coming out of the west. So this is a future prophecy. It says, and his glory from the rising of the sun. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up his standard against him. So the enemy is going to come in like a flood, man. And that enemy, talking about the wicked international Jewish bankers sending their Gurkha troops in there, their foreign troops in there, National Guard, whatever, the Army, the UN troops, whatever you may have it, they're going to roll on the men of the Lord, man.
Blackwater.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Bounties.
you know, when they roll up on the men of the Lord, hey, it's going to be for keeps, man. And it ain't going to be for no games, man.
Got a precept.
Go ahead.
This Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Hamashiach Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Because another thing that always got to get pushed out, you got a lot of people saying, I'm not going to put that foreign entity in my body, the microchip in my body. You could don't get that, but still be conforming to the image, you know, still have that polluted mindset.
Yeah. The image is talking about his system.
Yeah.
Which was go back to the ancient pagan Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
That's his image. His image is his system that he has set up. I'm saying, like Apostle Tahar said, we're all a part of the image to a certain extent. But when they tell you something that's against the word of the Lord, the Lord says commandments, we don't do it. You know?
There's a separation right there.
Yeah.
And then Esau's power lies within his whole system. Once the system is destroyed, you have no power. Esau goes out through nuclear. Esau's power structure comes to a down through the nuclear fight, and the Lord checks. Go ahead.
That's why Yahushua said what he said. He said, "Who faces you see on the corner? Render to Caesar what is Caesar's." Right? When it comes to the taxes, paying taxes, doing the things inside, stopping at the red light, do that. But when it comes to something, putting something under your skin called the karagma, that's when all bets are off, man. But render to Caesar what is Caesar, man. You know, somewhat like the elder said, you somewhat in the system or that image, which is the system, but you're not. You know, we're not confined to this, man, in such a way we're gonna put something in our bodies. Case in point, the C-19. You know.
Yeah.
Look what fruit that brought forth.
Yeah, man. That's you know, that's C-19, man. That's you know what I'm saying, like the Apostle Tahar said that you know, he said, I'm not taking it, and he told brothers in Great Millstone not to take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen some on Natural News this morning that it's coming that the symptoms are being shown when you get big blood clots on the back of your eyeballs from taking that.
Yeah, people dropping dead, man.
Yeah.
Healthy athletes, man.
Yeah,
World class.
Dropping like flies, man. And what his name is? We call him Kill Gates.
Kill Gates.
Kill Gates said he got some more shit coming down the pipe. It's gonna make the C-19 look like a dead Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, the C-19 was designed to be a slow death. All right, that's how they would manipulate everybody. It's to put that in your body, it's to acclimate for that technology that's coming. But it also was a slow death. It's breaking down your body day by day, slowly, because they already did it with the rodents and the trial runs with the rodents and the monkeys. They know it.
Yeah, and the creator of that thing, he said he give a person the space of 5 years. You're gonna be fully back in the spirit world, man.
Yeah, well, now they're supposed to be hitting the animals.
With the jump.
With the what?
I said, how they supposed to
they jab
With the e-juice.
jabbing the animals out now.
Yeah.
So you know, people who didn't take it. Yeah. So if you eat a hamburger.
And Kill Gates just brought up all that farmland.
Yeah. I guess you got it. You know what I'm saying? You know. So they said, well, all the people didn't take it. Well, shit, we gonna hit the animals with the jab.
If I can see, they got articles that's coming out right now about they have legislation saying that they don't have to tell you that they put the jab inside of like these different fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Like there's a legislation that says they don't have to even disclose that information.
Right.
It's just they manipulating it to what we eat is just
Yeah. I mean, they can put it in everything.
In everything.
But we get protected by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Because we didn't willingly take it.
Yeah, then it didn't ran certain tests on people. That jab had strands of the package.
Yeah.
The whole people say the package.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, Esau's doing this thing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if I may add on that jab talk, you have non-believers and people of other nations saying that and they're actually doing it. They're trying to purchase semen of the unjabbed, and it's expensive.
Huh.
If you have been unjabbed, your semen is worth more than if you have been jabbed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And alter your DNA.
And now they declare the end to the actual C19. Say it's over with.
Yeah, but that's Esau. You know what I'm saying?
The job has been done already.
Doing his wickedness, man. That's Esau doing his wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother read earlier, man, because it is in their power. It's in the power of their hands to do so, man.
That's right.
When the morning is light, they practice it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's Esau doing all his wickedness, man.
I got this on.
Yeah, we can get a couple more in front of it. Shut it down. Yeah. You want to shut it down, Saquon?
No, you brothers can shut it down. Okay.
This song's I go this one. The
Yeah,
song said it 10.
Anybody else?
It says
Anybody like that?
it says he crouched and humbled himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So his whole agenda is to get the poor to fall by his strong ones, whether it be through his legislation, whether it be through he'll crouch down. Or take the jab, or it's gonna help this. It's gonna solidify this. It's gonna help the environment. It's gonna help the climate. He'll even go and say it's gonna help the climate, man. Because there's a movement on. There's a long climate right now.
Yeah, global climate.
There's a global climate. He's talking about
It's talking about global climate lockdown.
Yeah, food and pestilence is causing the climate to
That's right.
overreact. What are you talking about, man?
Brother.
Right, bro. It's just certain things.
It's right. We got the Lord said, "I gotta destroy him that destroys the earth."
The earth.
So he's just wreaking havoc on everything.
That's right.
That's why he's sending all these tornadoes being hit all over. This rain just rain in the forecast. Rain just come out of nowhere and it just flood the streets and everything.
Volcanoes.
Talking about volcano. Talking about to be a bad hurricane season for Louisiana.
This is what you went into the last time.
Yeah.
I'll get it for you. This is Revelation 13:11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. All right, he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That's what this devil been coming, right? And it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, which whose deadly wound was healed. But the point is, this devil he comes to, because look, if a lamb was to walk in here right now, we wouldn't be struck with fear.
Right.
Danger. That's how he come. He come peacefully, man.
Right.
All the while, I think you said something earlier about a dragon. A dragon is
Dragon's known for its cruelty.
Cruelty and
its wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah, that's it.
Dragon goes through cruelty and wisdom. Right.
Which Daniel said this devil is wiser. He said he's wiser than Daniel. He's looked into the thing. That's why we went into earlier. He's analytical, man. This devil is all about numbers and running the specs on shit. He know what you Jakes like. He know what you Edomites like. He know what all nations like. But he's in the time now where he's finna cut all that off. He's cutting the well off to you, man. He's coming after the guns. He's coming after you. All right. And all those who impose him. Like this brother always going to all those who he feel are turncoats, it's another word you use. Turncoats. It's another word you use. The turncoats, something else. That's who the ones he coming after, man. Anything else from you, brothers? Want to say anything?
Yeah, I just want what's that?
13.
13 and what? I had it
12.
11 and 12.
12, yeah. It says, and he
exercised all the power of the first beast before him?
Yeah, but that's going back to the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Going to the pagan, ancient Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? This is like I was saying in an earlier video. You have the two fascias. No, you have the two fascias with the axe on it.
Played in Patricia.
He went into that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
They have a bundle of sticks.
Yep.
With the axe head on it. Okay. The bundle of sticks went back to the Roman Empire. It means out of many we become one. So the two fascias, that goes back into the Roman Empire as well.
Yeah, we went into that.
You know what I'm saying? So America, it says who deadly wound. You read that?
It says and who causes he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth in them that dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed.
Yeah, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay? During the Renaissance. Okay, when Esau came back into power. You know? Because we took the so-called white man down during the Roman Empire. So-called black men. Okay, that ruled Europe for a certain amount of time. Okay? You know? And then the so-called white man came right back into power during the Renaissance era, which you know the word Renaissance means rebirth. Okay? Yeah.
That's it. So with that, man, we hope this video was edifying. Until next time, we all praises, glory, and knowledge to y'all.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Harakadosh.
The honors once again to the elder apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.